Spicy Lady, breathe in slowly and exhale. This is your sacred space. No noise from the world, only the sound of your own power rising. You are not here to be light. You are here to become undeniable. Let every word you hear penetrate your subconscious. Speak them out loud. Claim them. Embody them. Spicy Lady Sigma. I am calm in chaos and lethal in clarity. My silence is not emptiness, it is tragedy. I move with quiet power and unshakable confidence. I do not chase attention. I do not seek validation. I attract what respects my frequency. I am highly selective with my energy. I no longer tolerate what my former self accepted. My boundaries are final. I do not negotiate my peace. I enforce it. I release people, situations, any words that disrespect my value, without guilt, without explanation, and without looking back. And Shadi.
Welcome, Spicy Lady. Some women become dangerous not because they hate the world, but because they finally learned how the world really works. There is something deeply misunderstood about a Sigma female who spends most of her time alone. People assume she is lonely, emotionally broken, antisocial, or hard to understand. But solitude changes a woman in ways most people will never experience. It sharpens her observation, exposes fake loyalty, teaches emotional control, and builds a level of mental strength that cannot be easily manipulated. A spicy lady who spends a lot of time alone begins to see things others miss. She notices how quickly people change around power, attention, money, and convenience. She learns that many relationships only survive because people fear being alone. That realization transforms her completely. She becomes more careful with trust, more selective with her energy, and far less impressed by appearances. What makes her dangerous is not anger or aggression. It is clarity. In this video, we're going far deeper than surface level stereotypes. These 10 powerful truths reveal the hidden psychological changes that happen when a spicy lady spends too much time in solitude. Make sure you watch until the end. Number 10 will hit different. Let's dive in. Number 1. The most dangerous thing about a spicy lady who spends too much time alone is that she eventually realizes she can survive without almost anyone. After years of handling life emotionally on her own, she discovers a powerful truth. Her survival does not depend on anyone staying in her life. While most people live in constant fear of abandonment, rejection, or being alone, she has already faced those fears in silence. She knows how to calm herself, rebuild quietly, and keep moving forward even when no one checks on her. This emotional independence makes manipulation much harder. Threats of leaving, guilt trips, or emotional pressure lose their power over her. She stops forcing connections and starts choosing peace over attachment. Number 2. A spicy lady who spends too much time alone stops romanticizing people. She no longer believes effort automatically equals loyalty, or that smiles always mean good intentions. Solitude teaches her to see beyond appearances. She recognizes when support is conditional, when kindness has hidden motives, and when people stay close out of convenience rather than genuine care. Her standards become brutally realistic. She trusts consistency over charm, actions over promises, and patterns over temporary emotions. This awareness protects her heart, but also makes empty words and performative kindness lose their effect. Number 3. She thinks before she reacts. Solitude teaches her the power of the pause. While most people react instantly out of emotion, anger, or pressure, a spicy lady learns to observe first. She watches behavior, studies patterns, and asks herself what the other person is really after. This emotional discipline makes her incredibly difficult to manipulate or provoke. Her calmness is often misunderstood as passiveness, but in reality, she is processing everything with clarity. Number 4. She understands the psychology of masks. She realizes most people aren't evil. They're just desperate to be accepted. She sees how people wear different versions of themselves depending on the environment. Once she recognizes these masks, she stops taking social behavior at face value and starts paying attention to energy, motives, and patterns instead. This understanding makes her highly selective, but also more compassionate. She sees through performances while refusing to be hypnotized by them. Number 5. Her confidence no longer depends on beauty, popularity, or approval. Her confidence becomes internally built, rooted in surviving difficult seasons alone, healing in silence, and knowing herself deeply. She no longer needs constant validation to feel worthy. This creates a calm, grounded presence that feels authentic and powerful. Because her self-worth isn't tied to external things, compliments don't inflate her ego, and criticism doesn't destroy her. Number 6. She develops an internal world stronger than external pressure. She learns to survive emotionally without applause or social approval. While most people are controlled by trends, opinions, and fear of rejection, her inner peace and private standards become her anchor. Outside noise loses its power over her. Number 7. People rarely recognize her value while she's around. They only feel it after she quietly disappears. She gives support, calmness, and wisdom without making a show of it. Because she doesn't demand attention, many take her presence for granted. But once she withdraws, the emotional stability and depth she brought become painfully noticeable. Number 8. She develops a quiet, unmeasurable resilience. She has survived heartbreak, betrayal, and loneliness in silence. This emotional endurance makes everyday pressure, gossip, and manipulation lose their power over her. Her strength doesn't look loud or dramatic on the outside, but it is incredibly difficult to break. Number 9. She becomes comfortable cutting emotional ties without drama. When a connection no longer serves her peace, she doesn't create scenes, revenge posts, or long explanations. She simply detaches mentally and emotionally. What looks like sudden silence to others is usually the result of months of quiet observation and acceptance. Number 10. People fear women they cannot emotionally read. Because she processes internally and doesn't give predictable emotional reactions, she becomes unsettling to those who rely on manipulation and control. Her calmness, silence, and thoughtful responses break the usual social patterns, making her much harder to influence or predict. Silence does not mean weakness. Sometimes it means understanding more than you're willing to say. A spicy lady who spends time alone is not disconnected from life. She is no longer confused by it. She has turned solitude into clarity, observation, and deep self-understanding. Her power comes not from distance, but from the depth she has built within herself. Thank you for watching. Stay elegant, stay spicy. God bless you.